Hello guys! I had to come and tell my story today beside the ocean. My name's Courtney. I am the founder and owner of Creative Courage. I live in Northern Ireland. I have a lovely boyfriend, I have a beautiful dog, Rulo. I play guitar and I sing. Me and my partner are actually in a band together. It's called Silver Crows. If you want to check us out, go and check us out on social media. We're on Instagram and we're on Facebook. Yes, I've been playing guitar now for over 10 years. Been singing like my whole life. I've been singing from a young child. My dad bought me my first guitar, but yeah, I really took to it. Went to 2 lessons and didn't need to go to any more because I just wanted to teach myself from YouTube. So that's what I did. So yeah, delving into my childhood, I have had basically panic disorder from the age of probably 5. I've always had it from I can remember. Can't remember not having panic disorder and anxiety. I was very lucky with my mum and dad. They got professional help for me at a young age because I was having trouble in school with eating in classroom and things like that. And because my anxiety was so bad, I would find it really hard to eat, and I'd feel sick. It would stop me from eating. I found it really hard to eat in public places because I had a fear and phobia of being sick. So when I was younger, I used to always kind of just be frightened of people being sick around me. Whenever friends were sick, I didn't see them for a few weeks because I thought if they're sick, they're going to give it to me. I was always just petrified of sickness and just the vomiting side of things. That would have really stopped me from doing a lot of things socially as a child and into adulthood as well, into teenagehood and my teenage years. I didn't want to sit in class in primary school. Wasn't able to sit in class. I found it really hard just to keep friends because any time that I had a friend, they would have got scared or ran away a million miles after I had a panic attack because they would have been like, especially when kids are younger, you know what they're like, they don't understand things, so they just think, oh, she's weird or whatever. So yeah, I had one best friend in primary school, and she was kind of like me, kind of like didn't fit into the social norm, whatever that is. So yeah, from a young age, kind of learnt to be okay with being different. I remember a few times when I had panic attacks in the classroom, I had to go out, I ran out of the room in the classroom, and kids in the classroom would laugh because that's the normal thing that kids do whenever something weird happens and it's not normal. That was embarrassing as a kid to have to put up with that, and that was all down to my panic attacks and anxiety. Teachers didn't have a clue what to do with me, especially back then. Like, we're going 20 years now, 20 odd years ago, in the 90s. Like, no one really knew about mental health, and no one knew how to cope with a child that had mental health issues. But yeah, nowadays, thankfully, it's changing and it's getting a lot more positive and a lot more awareness. Felt the panic attack come on there. Triggered a lot of anxiety talking about that. This is what happens whenever I talk about issues from my past that I don't want to remember. It brings me back to that feeling and how I used to feel at that age. And I sometimes just get an instant panic attack that comes on. Yeah, the best thing I find most helpful is talking to myself and reassuring myself that everything's okay. Rulo, come here, son. Rulo likes to comfort me whenever. Come on over here, Rulo. Come on. Rulo likes to comfort me whenever, whenever I'm in this panicky mood. Yes, Rulo. Okay. So, do you want some water? I didn't bring a container for you. Here. Want some water? Here. As you can see, this isn't easy, guys. This really isn't easy. But I really feel that I need to do this to help other people out there who are really struggling. People out there who, especially kids, who don't know what they're feeling and who don't have an explanation for why they're feeling this way. I want to let you know that I do. I understand what it's like. I understand how hard mental health can be, or bad mental health can be, and when you feel like there's no way out, there always is, because I've overcome so much, guys, like you have no idea. There was a year I just didn't go out of my house. When I was a kid, I never went on school holidays because I didn't want to be away from my mum, because I was just always so worried about being away from my mum for some reason. So I've came a long way from the wee kind of, you know, mummy's girl. Well, still am mummy's girl, always will be a mummy's girl. But I've came a long way, you know, was scared of so many different things. Like I was scared of buses, I was scared of going in crowded places, I was scared of going to concerts. I didn't like crowded spaces, didn't like dark venues. There's so many things. But anyway, moving forward, so when I was a teenager, I kind of got involved in the wrong crowds. I would have beaked off school or mitched off school, whatever you want to call it. Got in trouble because didn't listen to the teachers. I couldn't focus in class. So that anxiety has always been something that's hindered my learning. Ended up smoking and things and drinking when I was about 14, 15. That definitely wasn't good for me. Basically, just ended up going out and partying on weekends and using drink, I suppose, on weekends as my escape from reality of anxiety and not being able to face things properly. So yeah, along the way I reached out for help in my teenhood, but I found it really hard to find support the way I did when I was in my childhood. I had a lot of support in childhood from the doctors and, you know, psychologists, and then whenever you get to a certain age they kind of just let you go. They didn't tell me how to cope with all the different things that were going to come up in my life, and the depression that I had when I was 18, all the intrusive thoughts that I didn't think I'd ever have.